Check. Stop recording. Stop recording. Check.
Hello
Stop button.
everyone, Lord London here, and since I've got nothing better to do, just thought I would talk a little about Alterac Valley, coming up on December 7th, which is a week away from now. I'm very, very excited, actually, to see some new archetypes being introduced, other archetypes being buffed or given more support, and all that fun stuff. There's going to be quite a bit of things here. So what I'm mainly going to focus on is well, there's the first uh, few things that I want to say, but also the main part of this video is going to be what cards, and if you're excited, you're probably going to be able to see a list of the cards on the screen. But we'll get to those in a moment. Just look away. So let's talk about Alterac Valley as a whole. And there's a new mechanic introduced. It's honorable kill. Now, for minions, unless the minion basically have another stat that is sort of like acceptable, or like like a if the honorable kill is more of a bonus, then I think it's good. Or assuming that the effect from honorable kill is like super duper powerful, and we gotta get to some of those cards here, but for minions, I think that honorable kill is on the attack and stuff is pretty terrible because when it comes to spells and stuff, you can at least with a lot of spells, you can direct them towards your own minion. So if you do want that honorable kill effect, you can set that up with a minion from your hand. Still pretty terrible because most of the time it doesn't justify it, and I think overkill is way easier to achieve because just have a good amount of attack. It doesn't have to be exact. Ugh, sorry, I'm freezing a little bit. Um, so another thing that I want to see, and I think we're seeing a little bit, is a little bit more push towards control, a little bit slower meta. Um, because there's several ways to slow things down. Um, as you'll see soon, there's also quite a few ways to speed things up. I do apologize if I'm going to stuttering and stuff. I'm under a blanket, and maybe I should turn the heater up. Let me do that right now since the heater's actually right next to me. Um, but the one of the things that is being pushed is free shaman. I don't know, and can be a thing. There's some really cool cards that we'll get to later on, but I'm not sold too much on it. Of course, I could be entirely wrong. And as a last thought before I go into the cards that I want to see is all the cards that I'm most excited for. And I have to mention here that these are not necessarily the best cards. These My list just reflects the sort of classes that I play and that I could add to already pre-existing decks, or kind of like a strategy or an archetype that I'm excited to see, or sometimes just cool cards. Like there are some cards that are really really strong, but I haven't added them because I find it kind of not necessarily a bit boring, but on the duller side of flashiness. Um, but I think that they have to sort of slow down and adjust some of the quest lines. Um, Now, some people would probably want it to be nerfed, right away, but I do think we should try to give the meta a new chance and see if we can sort of like Warlock, for example. Like, is that still going to be a problem? Now, we do see some cool stuff for Warlock, which we'll get into. And without further rambling, let's just get started on this. Is my microphone? Yeah, I mean,
Wild Card selected.
let me. So, first one is Wild Heart Golf. Now, if you've been keeping up with, you know, the reveals and stuff, you'll probably know what it is. But
Setting card info.
um,
Ice Protector. Document word admin. Wild Card
that's
Cup. Wild Card Cup
oops.
selected.
Okay,
Setting card.
let's
Wild Card
try
Cup. Wild
this
Card Cup
again.
document. 5 mana. Wild Card
Okay,
Cup.
so 5 mana. As you might already suspect, it's a druid minion.
5 mana.
Or it's not a druid minion. Jesus
Battle cry. Set your
Christ.
maximum mana to 20. Gain a mana crystal. Draw a card.
Okay, so what do I think of this? Um,
Hero. Rude. Legendary.
so hero power.
Fracture Alterac Valley. No face this challenge yet. Make advance on the battlefield. No face this challenge yet. Make it. Wild Card Cup. 5 mana. Battle. Hero. Battle cry. Set your maximum mana to 20. Gain a mana crystal. Draw a card.
It doesn't actually mention the
Hero. Rude.
hero power.
Legendary. Fracture no face this challenge.
That's interesting, but I'll tell you what the hero power is. You know, so your hero power is I believe it's 2 mana. Um, and what it does is allows it is choose one, either draw a card or gain a mana crystal. Now, what do I think about 20 mana? I don't think it's ever going to be seen, to be honest. I think that's way too slow. But for Celestial Druid, this is pretty much an auto include. Like, there's no downside to it. So, I mean, not only do you get 5 mana, which is going to help you survive, which is, but you also gain a mana crystal, not an empty one, an actual full one. So, if you play this on turn 5, um, or even hell, if even turn 4, if you want to coin that out, you can, if you have the coin, of course, naturally. Silly me. Um, and after that, you just have you'll have 6 mana on the next turn, or 7, which sets you up perfectly for Celestial Alignment. Also, once you play this, you will have an extra mana to spend as you choose. So and after the Celestial Alignment, if that's in your hand, it's not quite as potent, but you still get another mana for the OTK turn, and you get the extra survivability. So I think that's like, I think that's pretty solid. Not necessarily so much for aggro druid, although there are definitely aggro druid stuff in here. Ooh, trust me, which is why I made the comment earlier about still seeing some support for other or some already existing archetypes.
Document word wild
Anyway,
Card cup.
let's get out of
Wild
there.
Card cup. Wing Commander Mulric.
Wing Commander
Wing
Mulric.
Commander Mulric selected.
All right, what
Setting card info.
are
Wing Commander Mulric. Wing
your
Commander Mulric.
stats
Wing
like?
Commander.
So,
4 mana.
it's I actually forgot some of these, so even though I just literally wrote them down or copied them when I was looking at the reveal list.
2/5.
2/5 for mana. That's pretty abysmal, actually.
Rush your minions at field. Summon a 2/2 rush.
Now I think this is gonna be. I don't know if this is gonna. I think it's gonna be pretty decent for since all your minions and presumably have a wide a range of attacks. Um, like you'll have. I think this fits pretty well into like um, squirming squirrels, swarming squirrels archetype, um, where maybe you'll want to replace like Firewatch person, because Firewatch suppose is good, but um, it's sort of like if you get it later on in the game, it really doesn't matter too much because the opponent can just annihilate it. But this one, on the other hand, what does Druid need more than more minions on board? Well, I mean, in case you were lacking in small minions on the Druid board, um, well, I mean, here you are. This is the solution for you. And I mean, failing that this will not be absolutely abysmal, um, then I think this is going to be pretty much an auto include in every aggro deck ever. So I'm very excited and hope I get this, which I probably will. Because I'm up to like 89 decks, 5 of them golden, 84 normal Alterac Valley packs, not decks, sorry. Because I got some from winning from Diamond 4. season. But let's read the flavor text too, because
The board full of tools minions is what I call a target-rich environment.
um,
Fracture motor.
or a fest you don't want to, like a swarm fest you don't want to be in,
Wild card, wind commander motor. Capture cold to spot.
and then you just get pulverized in the freaking like one swoop.
Capture cold to spot selected.
Yeah, just cool additional enforcements.
Fetching card info. Pain. Capture cold to spot.
Capture Cold Tooth Mine.
Capture cold to 2 mana.
2 mana.
Choose one value cost card or valorized cost card.
Yeah. Is this pretty much Celestial Druid?
2 mana.
Yeah, probably. Because I mean, you could choose like say, okay, so
Cap 2 mana. Choose one value cost card or valorized cost card.
say that you already got this in hand, you can choose to draw your lowest cost card, which would give you extra mana crystals, because that would be like Lightning Bloom. I think that's the one you would use.
Spell.
But
Druid.
yeah,
Epic.
it's that's pretty cool that you get to choose that. And of course, you could choose to pull out Survival of the Fittest. This is completely worthless after Survive the Wild. Survive the Wild.
Capture cold to
I haven't really slept tonight,
mana.
so that's
2 mana. Choose one value cost card.
also this can be split by Jerry Carpenter. Just saying. Not sure why you'd want to. And this might be a hindrance because normally you want to split like you want to split the 6 mana drop one. What also we're way too slow, so let's just try to speed it up. But yeah, always having an option to let's friggin' speed it up, because I'm rambling way too much, and I am excited. So I hope I can share some of that excitement with you. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, obviously, if you like the content, leave a like, and feel free to. I would very much appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. And if you have some favorite cards that you want to see, drop them in the commentary. But anyway, let's continue. That's a side note. But yeah, here's an option. You get choices, which is always good. Choosing what card or the potential card you can draw, very good stuff.
We get a new fall or wait. No, it's just a coin.
Yeah,
Document word tab.
you spend that and you draw a coin. Not that you would in Druid. I mean, God, I'm just
Possible kettles. Capture cold to find selected. Capture possible kettles.
rambling on and on.
Fetching card info. Possible kettles document. Possible kettle 3 mana. At the end of your turn, summon a 2/2 wolf itself. Last 3 turns.
Aggro Druid, anyone? Yeah, I mean, free mana. How much stats do you get out of this? You get well, actually, you get 6 stats. So I mean, it's
3 mana at the end of your turn, summon a 2/2 wolf itself. Last 3.
Wait, hold on, I'm miscalculating. Yeah, you're getting 12 stats out of this, like 12 stats point, which is very good for for free mana, and especially if you want to keep flooding the board. Yeah, definitely. In case Wing Commander guy wasn't auto include in aggro stuff, this definitely is.
Document capture possible kettle.
Period.
Copy adept.
Claw Fury Adept and other definite auto include. Also, sorry.
Possible kettle selected.
I want to see
One
the.
reason why it's never defected. The orders without the use possible study.
Aww.
Copy adept.
Yeah.
Copy adept selected.
I guess so.
Copy adept. Copy adept. Copy adept. 2 mana. 3.
So, okay. Looks, like a standard aggro druid stuff because we need more of that. Let's have a look at the battle cry.
Battle cry. Give all other friendly characters +1 attack this turn.
Plus one attack this. Okay, doesn't seem like much. And it isn't. It really isn't much. I mean, except the fact that you could use this with like honorable kill. Also, your hero gets at least 1 attack.
3. 2 mana.
And you get another minion on the board. So I mean, it really doesn't look that powerful, and I don't really think it's super powerful. I mean, you could use your hero power to like pop Divine Shields or something, but like, it's not that powerful. But it's fucking great. Yeah. Let's have a look at the.
Copy adept. Danger only to themselves.
I don't get that, and I will not try to.
Copy adept. Olympus Thunder.
Okay, looks like we have progressed to I think we're already at mage, because I wasn't a big fan of the hunter and all that stuff. Mainly focusing on like the archetypes that I play.
Setting card info. Set card info for Linda Sunder. HTTP 404.com.
Oh, okay.
Copy of Linda Sunder.
One.
A-L-I-N-D-A space S-T-O-N-E-H-E-A-R-T-H. Dash.
I
Copy
apologize.
Linda Sunder.
So
Linda Sunder. Select.
some of
Setting
the
card info.
stuff that I copied the
Linda
wrong
Sunder.
way, and okay. So
Linda
now
Sunder. 6 mana.
6 mana.
5/5.
FO. Abysmal stats, but
Battle cry. Draw 2 spells. Swap their cost with minion stats.
right. I mean that's the whole point. Big spell mage can be a thing. Now I can already see this, right? Like potion of illusion. So you obviously get like Incanter's Flow and all that jazz. Um, well, actually, maybe not, just to discount potion of but potion of illusion. This once it's out, provided it doesn't get immediately killed, which would suck majorly. Then throw this one out,
5/6 mana. 5 battle cry. Draw 2 spells. Swap their cost with minion stats.
and yeah, big spell stuff coming out. Really excited to like sort of just feel around with the archetype.
Imagine a surprise ending of the game called Hearthstone.
Yeah, wow. I think the fates
Document
have spoken.
Copy Linda Sunder. Rune of the Archmage.
Rune of the Archmage. Now, this is probably something that y'all have heard about. If you played Hearthstone for a long time, which, assuming that you're more than likely visually impaired and blind, you probably haven't. But this is Puzzle Box. Puzzle. Very Swedish for me.
Rune of the Archmage. 9 mana.
9 mana. So, Belinda Stonehearth says hi. This is 5 mana, in that case.
Cast 20 mana worth of mage. 9 cast 20 mana worth of mage spells and enemies.
Yeah. So, Fireball, that's, so, provided that let's assume that you only get Fireball. Like, this is pretty nuts. Fireball, let's say that the opponent is literally just standing there. He's all alone, right? And, let's say that the RNG chooses Fireball to spam in his face. Because this only targets enemies. So, enemy minions, all that stuff. Now, I don't know how good the random selection is, but I mean, that's still a lot of friggin' spells. Oh, and have I ever said, well, not on this YouTube channel, because this is literally my first video. Hi, everyone, by the way. But probably on Twitch, that some of my favorite cards are like Jace Darkweaver. There's a couple Wild Mage stuff. Fire Mage Antonidas. Like just things that multicast stuff is just so cool. And of course, this is I don't even care about the RNG, to be honest. Just unleashing all shit. I mean, it could
9 mana cast 20 mana worth of mage spells and enemies.
like it could literally cast like friggin' super small spells and take forever. I mean, it's not gonna happen, but now it can't cast itself because this will only pick things that can have an enemy as their target. So Fireball. What's that 7 drop? Flame something something. Yeah, I mean you know which one I mean, and all that stuff. If you're a wilder, it can cast Puzzle Box, but that's beside the point. But yeah, super cool.
Document the Rune of the Archmage.
And
Rune of the
we
Archmage. Setting card. Rune
we
of the Archmage.
forgot
Rune of the
to.
Archmage. Combines. Live with the creature unravel this trans. It's not a slot machine. It's 2 years of fracture.
Wow, that's a long description right there.
It's not a slot machine. It's 2 years of rigorous study and the intricacies of the universe to unravel this trans of reality. Gain knowledge alone with the people who are the most brilliant. Combines. Live with the creatures deserves. It's a magic.
Yeah. Would
Document word. Arcane brilliance. Rune of the Archmage. Rune of the Arcane brilliance.
Arcane
Arcane brilliance.
Brilliance.
Setting card info. Arcane brilliance. Arcane brilliance. 4 mana.
4 mana. I mean, why am I repeating this? It's literally telling you this.
Add a copy of a 7 days 9 and 10 cost spell in your your hand.
So, literally duplicate spells and practically not draw because you're not thinning your deck. I mean, this is just so fucking good. You'd be adding like Rune of the Arch, like
Arcane.
nuts. Absolutely nuts. This is big spell.
Spell. Mage.
It's
Rare. Fracture of Alterac Valley. They could probably do with a dash of arcane humility. They could probably do with a dash of arcane humility. Document word. Rune of the Archmage. Arcane brilliance. Unselected. Arcane brilliance. Say to the Scarlet.
Seda. Okay.
Arcane brilliance.
Moving on from Mage to Paladin. And the first one here should really definitely come as no surprise. Now, I would have probably depending on how the meta shapes out, Light Lightforge Carriel is definitely a contender just because I really like the what she does. Now it's so easy to counter, and like I don't even know if it's worth getting her in the deck because I feel like everyone's just gonna run like Rustrat Vipers. But one thing that's not easy to counter is this girl over here. Is this girl? I mean, Sidon. I don't know my World of Warcraft naming conventions. 3 mana. Okay, so wherever this is, like this is literally hand buff Libram. Well, not necessarily Libram. Probably more fitting in hand buff. You could do like imagine dropping. That would be on the field though. But imagine dropping Blessing of Kings. I think that's the 5 mana drop one that gives +8/+8. So you know, and it has Rush too, which is fucking crazy. So that would give plus. Okay, here. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. +16, +16. Now I believe, and you may disagree. I would love if you disagree. Please do so in the comments and all that stuff. So, but I do believe that this is such a meta-changing minion that we're going to see more stuff that isn't an instant damage doer. This is it's going to be instead of deal 10 damage to an enemy, whatever you have, we're gonna see things like brawl, snap freeze, or like kill a frozen enemy, stuff like that. It's gonna become more prevalent with this thing.
Minion. Paladin. Legendary. Fractured Alterac Valley.
Obviously, it's legendary.
The Lord Mage accidentally kited him all the way from Stratham. The Lord Mage accidentally kited him all the way from Stratham.
Now the next project we have to work on is World of Warcraft accessibility, so I can
Document Word tab window.
dive deep into that and never come out of the computer again.
Zerella devout. Save the Starlet selected. Save the Starlet. Zerella devout.
Alright, so only one thing that I found interesting, not necessarily good, but interesting. There's some pretty cool buff stuff that could fit with both hand buff and Libram Paladin.
Save the Starlet. Zerella devout.
But still shivering, by the way. Zerella the Devout. So give us more give us more Zerellas.
Zerella devout select.
I mean, she's not the worst offender. So.
But
Let's. Oh.
Devout. Character T. Character turn. X Y R E L L A space T H E space E E E space E H T H. T. Save the Zerella devout. X. Zerella. Fetching card info. Add card info for Zerella devout.
Shit. How are we messing this one up?
Zerella character T U T U O T O U T character turn.
Anyway, I will tell you. I believe she is either 6 or 7 mana drop priest hero card. So you get the standard. No, I don't remember the battle cry, unfortunately. But what your hero power is 2 mana, either heal 5. So that's a flash heal, which is a 1 mana to be fair, but it's 1 mana. But this this is infinite. Restore 5 to any target, and it cycles. So the next cycle is going to do 5 damage to any target. So you could just go face with this thing or destroy a minion that's being protected by taunt. Like 5 damage. This is just a shit ton of mana, really, or damage, to be able to deal on demand, which is thing. Like I think it's pretty good. Now, obviously, it's not going to work in things like Shadow Priest or anything because it would be counterintuitive. But I think we're going to see a lot more Control Priest, sort of like buff Priest, maybe Death Rattle Priest. And next we got another Priest minion, actually, Stormpick 8 Station. Now, we were able to bring up the stats of that one. Right, so just Now I don't know who actually picked. I mean, it's a great card, and I think it's really cool. Um, but yeah, it's just a cool card that would give a lot of more survivability to. So the thing with Priest, right, is it's got that innate healing to keep its minions alive, but um, it can't keep the minions alive if they get insta killed through whatever means. But here, give minions more health, being able to keep them on the board. Really friggin' solid.
Spell. Priest. Rare. Fractured Alterac Valley. No bugs of the Storm Halftime Lounge. No bugs of the Storm Halftime Lounge. Document word pattern. Shadow Storm Gate Station. Shadow tabs.
All right, so here's the worst offender of the scab. So we have I don't even know because I don't but I know we got at least one of the scabs, the 4 mana drop one, the combo reduced the costs or not reduced, but next 2 cards you play cost 2 less. Or is it three less? Yeah, I think it's 3 less actually, less, not left. But if I were to um pick a card that like that could um describe or like be the token or like the what has me most excited for the whole God expansion. For all my stumbling over the English language at the moment, I do think what I'm about to say. This card is, and see, the thing is, I don't even know if it's gonna. I mean, it is gonna be good. There's absolutely no way it's not gonna be good. Like there's zero possibility of this thing being bad. Now, if is it gonna be like great, great, great? But no, it's gonna be great. Like how great? I don't know, but it's gonna be fucking great. But I just love the effect, the synergies, the possibilities. The oh my god, I think an orgasm. So before, in case you aren't aware, let's what the hell is he talking about?
Shadow tab selected. Fetching card info.
Well, let's
Shadow tab.
let's take a look.
Shadow tab 7 mana.
7 mana. Now that seems pretty expensive, but that's not too bad. Because best case scenario, you can like discount this to like 5. Now it is a bit on the more expensive side. I'll give you this. As it should be, to be fair, because oh, and also you could like use this with scabs, because this would be if my stats are accurate, then this would be brought down from a 7 foot. Like there's a lot of things you can do to not have to play this on turn 7. Um, but let's just get right into it. It has to be this expensive because otherwise it would be fucking nuts. Now I will say this, that this can also benefit the opponent, but I mean knowing what Rogue does, then here we go.
Return all minions to their owner's hands. Summon 2/4/2 shadow itself.
Okay, return all minions to their owner's hand, right? So you got some more effects that you wanna play? Got some like you wanna do some more discounts? Okay. Um, or summon assassins or like um just a whole host of possibilities. Um, you'll also get board presence, which is just okay, cool, a minor thing, but you get board presence. So I mean that's not bad at
7
all.
mana. Shadow tabs. Shadow 7 mana.
Um,
Battle. Hero. Rogue. Legendary.
now I don't know. Does it say we get five armor? I hope we do. I mean,
Fractured Alterac Valley. Sneak and blind enemy lines isn't so different from the line code people are hostile. Something's on fire and you're only open to get out of there with all your fingers. Something's on fire and you're only open.
all right. So what is the hero power that you get? Well, it's I forgot what it's called, but it's essentially 0 mana. Now, what's a hero power do that costs 0 mana? Can't be really good, can it? Um, well, this little card that you can put in the deck called Preparation, which the next spell you costs 2 less. Right? So this is infinite. This hero power is infinite. Once per turn. But there's no limit to how many you can put in the deck because it's your hero power. And this is not for spells. This is for any motherfucking card. You heard me right, boys. Yeah, it's a preparation, infinite preparation for because Brogue needed more mana cheat. But this is
Document work 12:41 p.m.
okay. Just checking the time because I've got an hour, so we're fine. We're fine. But this is nuts. This is crazy. And
Storm Gate Station. Chat. Chat director chat.
can't wait to mess around with it. I really hope that it's one of the legendaries that I get.
Snowfall Graveyard. Snowfall Graveyard selected.
Here is
Fetching card info.
I don't
Snowfall
even
Graveyard.
know. Is this are we still in Rogue? Yeah, I think so actually.
Snowfall Great Free Mana. Near the travels. Trigger twice. Last 3 turns.
Okay, so this is one of those passive effects. Like the priest one gets plus 2 health for free turn. Right. So now, of course, I think they should have a card that is like increase the passive effect. But like, I mean, that'd probably be busted. But
Near the travels.
but look, I don't play Death Rattle Rogue, and I don't think it's a thing. But I think depending on what you're running, like you have no, you could do like what's that minion that like Loan Shark. Um, Once it dies, it gives you 2 coins. Um, triggers twice. Death Rattle triggers twice. So get 2 coins. Times two. That's 4 coins. That's pretty nice.
Free Mana. Near the travels.
Pretty nice.
Trigger twice. Last.
There's also presumably some other stuff that you'll be able to do. I mean, I know there's because I checked the cards, and presumably Wild has some other crazy stuff. But I think this is just pretty cool for a new archetype.
Document work.
And
Contraband stash selected. Shadow Storm Gate. Shadow director chat. Snowfall. Snowfall.
I
Fetching card. Snowfall
apologize
Graveyard.
to
Snowfall.
the
Live fast. Fracture. Alterac Valley. Live fast. Die twice. Document work.
yeah
Shadow. Snowfall Graveyard.
yeah exactly.
Contraband stash.
Contraband
Contraband stash selected.
stash.
Fetching card info.
Now this
Contraband stash.
is I don't think it's gonna see much play, but I think it's and keep in mind what I said. I do love these sorts of cards.
Contraband 5 mana. Replay 5 cards from other classes who play this game.
Right, so burglar, rogue, like womp thief, all that stuff. Uh, just get to replay
5
those.
mana.
Pretty
5 mana.
cool.
Replay 5 cards spell. Rogue. Rare. Fracture. No Coxcricket. Happy. Coxcricket. Happy.
Who?
C.
What?
O. G. G. S. T.
Oh, Cog.
Document
I
work.
thought it said something
C.
that almost sounds like Cog.
Snowfall. Contraband stash. Snowball fight. S.
All right, I think we are on to.
Snowball fight. Selected.
I'm not gonna say anything
Fetching card info.
actually.
Dane. Snowball 5 3 mana. Deal 1 damage cost. Spell. Shaman. Epic.
Oh, we're on Shaman.
Snowball fight.
Okay.
3 mana. Deal 1 damage to a minion. Freeze it if it survives. Repeat this on another minion.
So
3 mana.
basically, 3 mana frees the whole board, provided you don't have any
Deal 1 damage to a minion. Freeze it.
any 1 drops. Well, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, we said no friend.
Or like one
Fracture.
one health minions on the board.
Whoa, whoa, we said no friendly fire.
Yeah, so that's
Snowball fight.
there's your control for you. And if free shaman becomes like a thing, which I still don't think it's gonna be, then that's a thing you'd be using.
Sleep Reaper.
Sleepbreaker.
Select. Fetching card
Now
info.
this is one of those
Dane. Sleep Reaper.
borderline cards that I think is like, I mean, it's gonna be one of the auto includes for pretty much any deck that I run. So
Sleep Reaper. 2 mana. Free 2. Battle cry. Add a wind kill to your hand.
so what does a windkill do? Windkill is a standard card, like a standalone card that you can, put into your deck, and then freeze a minion, draw a card. So not only do you have an element of control, but it's a 1 mana drop, element of control, but also card draw, like just 2 for 1, super solid.
Light chili. Haste chili. Fracture. Alterac Valley. Light chili. Haste chili. Snowball. Sleep Reaper. Tamsin Twilight Tree.
Uh-oh. All right, now we come to my class that I'm quote unquote known for,
Tamsin Twilight Tree selected.
and
Fetching card info.
I was
Tamsin
getting
Twilight.
really
Tamsin
hyped when
Twilight.
I realized what this does.
4 mana.
So 4 mana.
Discover a friendly rattle minion that dies this game. Give your minions this rattle.
Okay, so now the funny thing is I actually don't remember the synergies that I thought about, but I know that this is like super solid.
4 mana. Discover a friendly rattle minion that dies this game. Give your minions this rattle.
Actually, one thing that you could do right now, I know it's not the combo I was thinking about, Oh yeah, the combo I was thinking about is pretty much a deck, pretty much a card that is already included in my deck is Hullbreaker. So Death Straddle, draw a card, um, or draw a card, deal damage to your hero based on that thing, on how much it costs. You have like a zoo deck, and you give small minions to Death Straddle, and you'd be setting yourself. If you want some more healing, you could do like Death Set Cultist, in the Zoolock, and yeah, that's pretty fun, pretty darn fun.
Overboard. Fractured overboard. Fractured Alterac Valley. Overboard.
That's a very long card description right there. How we will be ever be able to read it all?
Fellfire the hole. Tamsin 5. F. Tamsin 5. Fellfire the hole.
Fell
Fellfire
fire in the hole. Now I think this what
Fetching card info.
the
Card info for Fellfire the hole.
right,
S.
right,
Fellfire the
right.
hole. Seeds of destruction. Fellfire the hole. Character E. Character F. E. L. F. I. R. E. Space I. N. Space T. H. E. Space H. O. L. E. Character return E.
Now we, man, hang on. Give me a second here.
Oh. Dot. Desktop list. Hearthstone 30 of 1. Title. Google Chrome. Search combo box.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Google.
Alterac Valley card list. All right.
Alterac Valley card. No search. Show members of fractured list with 1 item. Fractured Alterac Valley card reveal. Edit model free visit link. Fractured Alterac Valley card list release date. Edit model free visit link. List with fractured Alterac Valley expansion card list and guide. Edit model free visit link.
Okay, this is the one I used.
Fracture. Document Tamsin Fellfire the hole. Fractured Alterac Valley expansion card list and guide. Release date. Reveals. Pre-purchase info. New
Let's
mechanics more.
search for
Find dialog. Type the text you select.
hole.
Visit. Caps lock on. Caps lock. Visit link. Unlabeled graphic. Fellfire the hole. Free.
Okay.
Fellfire the hole. Hearthstone topics. Hearthstone. Fellfire the hole. Head link graphic. Fellfire the hole. Card. Fellfire the hole is a 5 mana cost warlock spell card from the fractured Alterac
All
Valley.
right.
Set. Edit model free card text. Draw spell and deal 2 damage to all enemies. If it's a spell, deal 1 more.
So one thing that I find that Warlock is missing a bit is card draw. I'm just kidding. I mean, but in case you thought that, then this thing does it for you. Now, I wish this also was Demon Hunter. That'd be pretty solid. But no. This is control, board control, which I think that Warlock pretty much doesn't really have a lot of.
Edit model draw spell and deal 2 damage to all enemies. If it's a spell, deal 1 more.
And plus, this doesn't even target your own minions. So, yeah, good,
Fractured Alterac.
very solid.
Document word tab.
Um,
Wild card stuff. Win capture code to find. Fossil kettles.
now
Coffee and
I'm going to quickly look up the other
Rune
one
of the Archmage. Arcane Brilliance. Rune of the Eclipse.
right here.
Rune of the Arcane Sage of the Scarlet. Zerilla Devout. Storm Brigade Sage. Zerilla Devout.
Yeah, let's look up the Devout.
Fracture. Edit model 2 visit. Find dialog. Isolation. Fragment unlabeled. Edit model unlabeled graphics. Zerilla Devout. X. Y. R. E. L. L. A. Dash. E. H. E. Dash. E. E. D. O. U. T. Dash. 3.
Yeah, actually, I
Unlabeled graphic. Untitled Google Chrome.
I actually don't know why it didn't copy.
Hearthstone Zerilla Devout. Setting Y. Link graphics. Zerilla Devout is 8 mana cost legendary. Reach 0 card from the fractured Alterac.
Oof, it's eight mana. I mean, luckily you do have things like Purple Palm and stuff, so that's not too bad at all, actually.
Valley set. Edit model 3 card. Battle cry. Trigger the rattle of every friendly minion that dies this game.
And it supports Death Rattle Priest.
List with 8 items.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Fractured Alterac Valley expansion card listed. Document word storm.
Now I'm just gonna keep that page open in case we run
Snowball contract. Snowball fight. Seed Reaper. Tamsin Fire. Fellfire the hole.
any more
Seeds of destruction.
of that.
S.
Seeds of Destruction.
Card info. Seeds of
Now
destruction. Seeds of
I will say one thing. You may notice how the hero power for Warlock is not here. That's because you're playing questline Warlock and you're foregoing the damage that you would otherwise get, which is something that you obviously want if you're playing quest. However, this one gives you a little bit of, some board control for very little.
Seeds of destruction. 2 mana. Shuffle forest in your deck. Face on the 3/3 red on.
So that's 2 mana
2 mana.
and
Shuffle forest in your deck. Face on the 3/3 red on.
2 mana and you get 12 points in stats. That's pretty nutty.
Spell.
And it's a fell spell, so use this along with Fellfire in the
Document
hole.
word tab. Fellfire the hole. Seeds of full blown evil. Full blown evil selected.
So,
Seeds of Fellfire the hole. Tamsin Fire.
oh boy.
Seeds of destruction. Fellfire the hole. Seeds of destruction. Fetching card. Seeds of destruction. Seek may harvest the vessel. Fractured Alterac Valley. Document word tab.
Okay,
Fellfire the hole. Seeds of destruction.
there we go.
Full blown evil. Seeds of Fellfire. Tamsin Fire. Tamsin Fire.
And we
Fetching
forgot
card.
this
Tamsin
one
Fire.
too.
Overlord. Fractured
Oh no, we didn't.
Fellfire. Seeds of full blown evil.
My
Full blown evil.
bad.
Fetching card info.
Bad to the
Card info
bone.
for full blown evil. HD.
Oof.
Seeds full carriage return. Seeds of full blown evil. F. Carriage return. F. U. L. L. Dash. E. Dash.
Oh well, we can
Space. E.
actually.
L. O. W. N. Space. E. V. Seeds of full blown evil. F. Full blown evil. Fetching card info. Card info for full blown evil.
Okay, fine. We'll search for it now.
Visit link unlabeled graphic. Full blown evil 300. Untitled Google Chrome. Document busy blank. Full blown evil. Full blown evil graphic. Full blown evil card. Full blown evil is a 3 mana cost rare warlock spell card from the fractured Alterac.
Okay.
Edit level 3 card text. Deal 5 damage randomly split among all enemy minions. Reveal this turn. Edit level 3 card.
All right,
Full
so
blown graphic. Full blown evil. Full blown evil is a 3 mana cost rare warlock spell card from.
3 mana, deal 5 amongst
Setting left 5 damage randomly split among all enemy minions. Repeatable.
and control. That's what I am lacking. Control that doesn't destroy my own stuff or doesn't discard a bunch of cards, and it's repeatable. So sign me up, really.
Fractured Alterac Valley visibly unlabeled graphic full. Document C full full evil. Captain of anger. C.
All right, now we get to the neutrals. Actually, that's a lie. We get to warrior.
C. Captain of anger. Fetching card info.
Come
Captain of
on,
anger.
come
Captain of
on.
anger.
Okay, that works. Yay!
Captain of anger.
Go
6
me.
mana. 6/6.
So 6 mana, 6/6.
Battle cry. If you gain 15 or more armor this game, gain +3/+3 in charge.
Now, is this gonna be a game breaker? No, but combined with some of the other shit that we see for warrior, I do think that this is gonna open up the avenue for like a armor control warrior, and then you would obviously auto include this because it's 9 mana, 6, and charge. That's pretty great. That's pretty crazy
Minion.
actually.
Warrior. Legendary. Fractured Alterac Valley. This is Interactive is awarded with Alterac. This is hypothermia. This is Interactive is awarded. Document word
No,
title.
he froze to
Full menu.
death.
Captain of Scrapsmith.
And
Scrapsmith selected.
here's
Fetching card info.
another archetype that
Scrapsmith.
we're
Scrapsmith. 3 mana.
getting
2
into.
4. Taunt. Battle cry. Add 2/4 with taunt their hand.
So you get
Taunt. 2/4.
2/4 taunt
3 mana.
for 3
2
mana,
4. Taunt. Battle cry. Add 2/4 with taunt their hand. Taunt. Battle cry. Add 2/4 with taunt.
and you get another you get 3 minions for, or not 3 minions, but you get more minions just added. Now add this with like bulk up and well,
Minion. Warrior. Common. Fractured Alterac Valley.
and it's a common, but taunt warrior. Now sadly I do think that well, not so much sadly, but I think that quest part needs to be nerfed for this to be a thing, but I think it looks pretty cool, and I hope we can do something with it.
Takes the enemy scraps of armor from dead players and combines them with individuals with PvP armor. Sets. Sets.
Eh.
Takes the enemy scraps of armor from dead players and combines them with individuals with PvP armor. Sets. Document word Void Chaser. Scrapsmith. Void Chaser.
And
Void Chaser select.
here's
Fetching card info.
another
Pain. Void Chaser. Void Chaser 3 mana. 4/3. After you play a taunt minion, draw a card.
here's another one that you know helps with that archetype, and that's Glory Chaser. So while these may not fit into the upcoming meta, then I do think that they could make for some at least interesting
Minion.
strategies.
Warrior. Common. Fractured Alterac Valley. When you reach the field competition, play style arc and win 1 valley. When you reach the field competition, document word Scrapsmith. Void Chaser.
Well, I think it can be pretty hard.
Ibis the Forest Lord.
All right, so some neutrals. Ibis the Forest Lord
Ibis
sounds
the
like
Forest.
it belongs in
Fetching card
Druid
info.
now, doesn't it?
Ibis the Forest Lord.
Or potentially Hunter, but
Ibis the Forest 1 mana. 1/1.
I f- now see the thing is I don't know where this like I don't know where this thing is going to be. Probably like more control for later on. Like cards that try to survive and gain up mana, because this thing is entirely based
Battle cry.
on.
Spend the rest of your mana and gain +2/+2 rush. Divine shield for taunt.
Now if you're spending this at the early stages, it's not gonna be very good. But you're gonna get like taunt, divine shield, and rush, and like you can get pretty nutty with this thing.
At random for each. Minion. Neutral. Legendary. Fractured Alterac. He's always welcome to the local tavern. The mic is certain. He's always welcome to the local tavern. The mic is certain. He's always welcome to the local tavern. The mic is certain.
Unlike a certain
Document word Void Chaser. Ibis the Forest Lord.
something. Anyway, that's that. I think you can see some interesting play.
Corrective literature. Corrective literature.
I'm
Fetching card info.
having
Corrective literature.
diarrhea. No, my like look at
Corrective
this.
literature 4 mana. 3/5. The dragon is an honorably killed. Resummon Korak.
So basically, you have to find a way to honorably kill this thing, else he's just gonna get resummoned.
3/5. 4 mana.
Add this
3/5.
into, well, I don't know, like
The dragon is an honorably killed. Resummon Korak.
like what's
3/5. The dragon is an honorably killed. Resummon Korak.
holy shit! I just realized you could like do this with like Death Rattle Freeze. Um, woo!
Minion. Neutral. Legendary. Fractured Alterac. I live. I love. I slay. And I am undying. I live. I love. I slay. And I am undying. Corrective literature. Document. Ibis. Corrective literature.
There's a lot of possibilities right there.
Legionnaire.
And
Legionnaire.
we only got a few left. Legionnaire.
Fetching card info. Legionnaire.
Like even though this little guy right here,
Legionnaire. 6 mana.
who's not
9/3.
so little actually, um,
The dragon. Give all minions in your hand +2/+2.
now obviously, actually I might have changed my mind. That doesn't look too good. 6 mana, you'll already have pretty much summoned your shit from hand already. Unless you're like doing big stuff, in which case, how much buffing do you need?
9/3. The dragon. Give all minions in your hand +2/+2.
But if you could find a way to like reliably discount this thing, I don't know. I changed my mind for not like my bad. Like if this was cheaper, this would be fantastic for hand buff.
Document word tab. Correct. Legitimate. Select
Alas.
quartermaster. Select quartermaster selected. Legitimate. Correct. Legitimate. Legitimate. Legitimate
Also,
selected.
we
Fetching.
did
Legitimate.
not.
Document. Star not related to the region. Fractured Alterac Valley.
Okay.
Document word tab. Select quartermaster.
You face Jiraxus! You face Jiraxus!
Legitimate. Select quartermaster.
Something something purging legion!
Fetching card info. Select quartermaster.
Stormpike
Select quartermaster.
Quartermaster.
After you cast a spell, give a random minion in your hand +1/+1.
Hand buff anyone or like Libram palette? Like yeah, I mean this could work for anything that utilizes minions and spells. Obviously, like,
Minion. Neutral. Common. Fractured Alterac.
pretty good, I think.
Frozen funnel case tastes just like ice cream. Storm 2 mana. 2/2. Frozen funnel case tastes just like ice cream. Give you +10 real. Storm 2 mana. 2/2. After you cast a spell, give a random minion in your hand +. Legit. Storm quartermaster. Gangster.
Gangster.
Fetching card info. Gangster. 2 mana. 4/2. Stealth. After your opponent plays a minion, attack it.
Yeah, this is essentially just a like
Stealth. 4/2. 2 mana.
early on way of neutralizing and gaining tempo.
I am getting my main. Fractured Alterac Valley.
Eh,
I am getting my main.
I think it's pretty solid.
Document word. Gangster.
Ice Revenant.
Fetching card info. Ice Revenant.
Now we unfortunately we've like some of these are not good. They were kind of like, man, I need to include more neutrals. So well, let's just do this. And I think some of them are pretty cool, but well, obviously the class cards are way more exciting.
4 mana. 4/5. Whenever you cast a spell, gain +2/+2.
Free Shaman. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Free Shaman. Now, if this ever takes off, it's going to be, auto include.
There must have been some magic in that whole space found. Fractured Alterac Valley. Common. Neutral. Document word tab. Ice Hoof Protector.
Ice Hoof
Ice Hoof Protector.
Protector.
Fetching card info. Ice Hoof Protector. Ice Hoof Protector.
Yeah, you can definitely tell I don't sound as excited as I did when I was talking about Rogue, because
Ice Hoof Protector.
I was literally screaming, and well, I wasn't screaming, but
6 mana. 2/10. Taunt. Freeze any character damaged by this minion.
yeah. So providing this can survive,
Taunt.
it can provide some pretty decent
Freeze any character damaged by this minion.
pretty decent like tempo or control.
Minion. Neutral. Common. Fractured. I can't feel my ice. I can't feel my ice. Document word tab window. Rich text window. Blank. Ice over. Blank.
And that is the list. And I hope that everyone here has enjoyed my very incoherent ramblings. If you like, I mean, let me just reiterate it. I think you know what I'm about to say. But if you, this is the first video on the channel. I don't quite know what the content here is gonna be, but I'll try to make it as interesting as possible. So if you like it, then please leave a like, because it makes me feel good. Obviously, like you would like me to feel good, wouldn't you? And subscribe for future videos. And leave a comment if you want to discuss. I'm always open to learning and discussing theories and stuff. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this. And this is Lord London signing out. Once I found my just like that, right? Okay, so yeah, this is Lord London signing off. Goodbye, everybody.